Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm Sidharth welcoming you back again today. And this is going to be a little longer but an interesting vlog. I will give you the intro in the beginning of this vlog. There are a lot of things that we are going to do. I'm not going to show you how to set up a VM because that's already I have done. I will do it a separate video about how to create a VM in the virtual VMware Workstation Pro. I'll tell you the whole detail, but this blog is very interesting because this is where we are going to set up a lot of tools. So I'm going to tell you the step-by-step video part, and then I'm going to start by one and then going further. So we are going to set up a lot of application and then also setting up a gaming infrastructure to start making a game stream. Let's begin without making any further delay. So the things that I'm going to do is going to have a detailed documentation and what and all process that I am going to follow in the subsequent videos. I'm going to put it. I'm going to give an intro. The same document what I have prepared, I will copy and I'll paste it in the notepad. Sorry, in the description of this video, so you can watch that and you can follow the same thing. So you will have curated information available to you. Now, what is the purpose of this? The purpose of this is very simple. There is a host machine, there is a virtual machine. Host machine is basically my laptop on which I am working, and virtual machine is that system which I am creating. So, if anything goes wrong there, it is not going to impact me. There are a lot of application that has to be installed, but considering the fact that this is going to impact in a different way, I'm going to explain why I'm doing this and what is the cause for this, and then we will set up the game streaming. We will do it. I have also missed out something that I have to add it. I will link that part also, and then we will close it up, making it a full-fledged system. Okay, let's go and let's begin the whole information part of it. So without any further delay, let's get jump into the laptop screen and let's do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here is the screen that is presenting. The plan of action is very, very simple today. This was supposed to be my target for the day. If you see, the day was supposed to be 7th February 2024, but for some reason the whole night went on, consuming a lot of other content, and I was resting, and also it could not happen. I made this plan, but I could not make it a record, so that's why this whole thing came. Okay, so the target plan of things is that these are all a long list of plans that is there. Basically, you can see there's a data science part, there's this finance part. If you see, this is a financing part, and then this is a banking application part, which is there like OpenCVS. This is virtual management part. Then you have this is virtual machines part, and these are basically extras you ignore. So we have a bunch of data science libraries that we have to do. We have also focused on TensorFlow for using TensorFlow and using Google Colab for our coding environment for TensorFlow because we don't have. Then we have set up a plan for a streaming setup. Then we have planned for a programming languages that is Python and Java, because Python is required for data science and Java is required for some other applications that we are going to install, and we need Java. Basically, Java we need because we are going to install a document management system which is required. So we are not going to install these things in the host machine, but we are going to install it in the virtual machine. So when it comes to virtual machine, I have got two things. One is in Windows 11 machine and one Windows Server. We're trying to install all these things in a Windows Server, so I'll show you that one. And then when it comes to installation of softwares, we are going Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio Git, GitHub, everything. So this is going to be an extensive. So what we are going to do, or I'm trying to make it easier, is I'm going to show all these websites. Okay, all these places what we can do. So one, two, three, four, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, So nine topics we have. So what I'm going to do is very simple. I am not going to kind of create a whole ruckus, but I'm going slow one by one step. So I'm trying to get a hands-on of understanding what I can do. So my whole intention was to be a game setup, but looking into the context of it, which I can show you. Probably I have done something called one of the game is there because Steam is installed in this. So I have a startup company. So for now, the host machine has this until the virtual machine gets everything, and we need to re-export again. So for that reason, I am not showing anything else, but I'm just focusing on the informations that is there. So let's see that one how it works. So that is how it is. So OBS Studio, DaVinci Resolve, Steam setup, games, everything is there. So we need to get all these apps, which is basically here somewhere. So if you see here, all the applications are there. Basically, what it is required to be, and a couple of applications that we downloaded are here. So nothing is finding here there, so we need to look into it and see key it works and it is there. So if it is not there, then we need to redo re-download again and do that process. You can see here DaVinci Resolve, then I have into Windows 11, and this is the OpenCBS is there, and these two are there. So all these VMs we need to. So for some reason we need to give access to this folder also in the VM, which can be accessible, because so far we just have given access to only this folder. So which means this contains all the things. So let's download these things from here to there. One, two, three, and I'm going to take this one also. So copy and take it to here. Copy and take this to here and paste it. So it should be quite fast because I want to install the DaVinci Resolve in the virtual machine. Then I'm going to create in the Windows virtual machine in both. Possibly I'll try to use Windows 11 desktop as the gaming platform for kind of playing the games and streaming and recording, or maybe like trying to do a live stream if that works out. But because certain times what will happen is that is only about 8 GB RAM, so it might not work. So we'll try to see how it works out. Maybe like we'll need to increase the RAM or something for that, because 8 GB it's not sufficient that you can do everything and all that. So we'll try to see how it does. So first we will go and explore the applications and install. So right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to extract the application what I have copied. Basically this one, DaVinci Resolve, and OpenCBS is basically a banking application. So we just install this one and then we install Crystal Report, and that's it. We can explore the application. So this is going to be the first task that we are going to do. Is what is OpenCBS and why are we using this and what is the purpose of that? Then we are going to move on to different other topics. DaVinci Resolve is a very good application. After a lot of discovery, I found it, but I love this editing software because this is something that is very advanced and giving me a lot of inputs and options for me to explore and do a lot of things. So hopefully it is almost completed. Yeah, so now you can see there is a DaVinci Resolve 18.6.4, which is basically an installation package. So I don't think I need this one anymore. Remove it. So let's go and let's explore all the things. So first, what we are doing, what we are going to do is we are going to just listen in it. Visual Studio Code is a very good IDE. So you get a very good IDE, you work on it, and you get to know both the things at the same time. what happens is Git and GitHub gives you the platform to implement the things like Git and used for version control. GitHub is for pushing and pulling the repository and all. Then there's programming languages. My preference programming languages always will be Java and Python. And Python will be the most easiest thing because that is what you can learn easily and you can build. And a backup and restore software because of late we don't plan for backup and restore. And I got a very good open source software about that. I will talk in a separate one. So yes, I missed one thing. Backup and restore also is going to be a separate topic. So if considering that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have got total 10 blocks going to be. So we're just going to talk about the Visual Studio Code. So each of these what you see, whichever we use will become one single video, and so we will have multiple strings. So when we are talking about Visual Studio Code, we are only talking about Visual Studio Code. We are not talking about anything. When you're talking about programming languages, within programming languages, we have two, Python and Java. When you're talking about Python, we're talking about Python. We're not talking about anything else. When we are talking about backup and restore, we are only talking about backup and restore. We are not talking about anything. So backup is one concept, restore is another concept. So we are only talking about backup and we are only talking about restore. We are not talking about both together. Streaming setup. When we do streaming setup, we need OBS, we need DaVinci Resolve, we need Steam setup, we need games. So why DaVinci Resolve? Because we need to edit the blocks and other things. So DaVinci Resolve is already there. Steam is already going to be set up. Games we are already going to install. OBS Studio we are already going to do. So to do all these things, we need Steam to be installed in that. So now the confusion is, should I use Windows 11 or Windows Server? That's the confusion. If I use Windows Server, everything will become a caricature into that. But that can also be a good option to do that. So let's try and explore. So then I come into data science libraries. How do we install these libraries by creating virtual environment? But before we do this part, we need this part: programming language, Visual Studio IDE. Then only we can be able to install this. Then we are finding about GNU Cache and CH Softwares Manager.io, OpenCBS and all. So let's first start with OpenCBS and then we will move on to other things. This OpenCBS and this has got nothing link, but these all things has got link. So OpenCBS, then finance, then whichever way we will go. So I'm just mentioning a mark, recording first. Okay. So let's go and explore. So in order to go and explore this, the first thing first we have to do is we have to open VMware. So I am searching here VMware. Let me do the screen share so I think you guys can see the screen. So let me go and do a VMware screen search. VMware. So here it comes VMware. Sorry guys. So we are doing this VMware, and inside VMware if you see I have got a Windows 11, Windows Server, Pop OS, everything. So what I'm trying to see is I'm trying to install in Windows Server. If something goes wrong, I will recall back. I will do that. But before doing that, what I'm trying to do is I have taken a snapshot. I'm taking this snapshot and I'm marking it named as before install. This snapshot is a safe copy before we go ahead with the installation of softwares in Windows Server Standard 2022. Okay, so we are taking this snapshot. Now, why we are taking this snapshot? Because during the installation process, if something goes wrong, all we have to do is we just have to come to snapshot and go to snapshot manager. You see there's a new snapshot, new install snapshot. So this is before this, this is this, this is this. So this we are doing. So after every install, we will take a snapshot. So if we want to get back to that part, we will get back and it will be uh, beneficial one. Okay. So let's go and let's power on this machine. So you might ask what is the constant configuration for this machine and all. So it's a 8 GB machine with primary disk of C drive is for 64 GB and then three additional virtual disk of 60 GB is attached, which is not fully allocated. It's just a nomination that has been taken, but as it fills the data, it will start occupying the space from the main this one. We were not allowed to create a whole thing. Maybe like when I create the next new VM in Windows or something, I will try to show you. So we have pop, Windows Server and Windows 11. So pop we are not using much because we need to allow a lot of uh, port and other things. So we are directly going with Win Server, and once Windows Server comes in, we will first install OBS inside Windows Server, and then we will try to install all these applications. Okay, so let's begin the journey, and we will first try to install the OpenCBS, and once we install OpenCBS, then we will be able to do the further things. I need to see the user guide. That's why I opened this one. Download and install. So this is, and then crystal report, next, done, and then demo. Okay, fine. Once it's done, we will open demo database. So as per plan, okay, here our VM comes into action. I think you're able to see. Okay, now I think is this one. Okay, sorry guys, this happens with me. So as you can see, now the server is up. The Windows server is up, and you can see nothing is installed in this. Literally nothing is installed. It's complete empty. But if you have seen, this always comes, so it's okay. When you shut down the server, if you see, we had copied the setup files into that drive. So we have linked that folder, shared drive. If you see, we have connected to sharing and software. See, we can check all the softwares that is available there, all softwares which is available, because that's there within that folder, and that folder itself is we have given. So this is what we were sharing. So instead of downloading it to the host machine, we'll try to install from here itself directly. Okay, we'll try to install this one. This file is in a location outside of your local network. So because of that it might harm. So what we will do is we will just copy these three things and drag them here in the desktop. And it's a local environment, so you can do directly, you can install from there, but because it was showing error, so I downloaded. So now the first thing that we are doing is, if you see here, we have many drives available. So we are going to install here, and we are going to create a new folder here called open cbs, and inside that we are going to install this one. So we are going to give this path. So let us do that part. So next, I accept the term. Next, I will change this directory path to G drive and OpenCBS. I want OpenCBS to be installed within inside this. Okay, Crystal report also have to install, right? So what I do is inside this I will create another folder. Oh, sorry. Okay, no. This is the folder. Inside this I will do OCBS. I will do, and here it will install. So inside OpenCBS I can install the Crystal report also. So next, okay, installation is done. So this will end the video. After this installation only, nothing else, we will not open. Now we are going to install the Crystal application. So I'm just trying to run it as an administrator, so it won't create a problem for us later. But let's see how it works. Okay. Mind you, a lot of these softwares will not work on Windows Server because of the compatibility issue. So you have to be very careful. At times, you might have to run in the compatibility mode in order for them to work, because these applications are for Windows 11 or something, and that never works directly. So you will have to be little bit careful in terms of going and running in compatibility mode. So what we are doing is we are going to compatibility mode, and we are going to select Windows 7, and we are going to apply, and okay, so we are trying to now run it in the compatibility mode. So it is now opening up. If you see, it is opening up now. See, that's the part. Because there are too many applications, I'm just trying to close. Okay. Okay, I'm going to cancel it. Azure Arc Sync tree is now configured to run when you log in. Okay. So now we will run this as an administrator. It will open up. That's why I said, like, guys, sometimes it will be problematic in the Windows server, but in Windows it will work extensively fine. If I show you going back to the Windows 11 application, this will work like anything, but here it will always take issue. So you have to be a little bit careful about that. Otherwise, there is no such problem of facing any kind of issue in this. Okay, so it's starting now, taking a little time, but starting. So let's do this one. Okay, compatible product, type critical, status succeeded. So Windows 64-bit operating system, Windows version. So if a prerequisite failed, okay, all the prerequisites are successful. So which means this will be working. Expected this will work. So we are going to choose English. we don't understand any other language, click next to begin installation. So this is going by default to the C drive, I think so, which might create a problem for us, but well, we don't have any other alternative options because this is SAP application. So let's see. Let's try with the demo, and if it works out, it works out. Then I will close this one. And in the next video, I will do a training part of it. So, uh, meanwhile, this is happening. Let me show you something. What is OpenCBS? So, basically, I am able to show you, or I'm able to make it projected to you. So, what is OpenCBS? Basically, if you see, OpenCBS is nothing but a free open source banking software. Okay, this is a free application. They have a cloud version also, which can be used by banks, and it is very easier. Now, why do I install this, and is it having any recommendation? Is it having any experience? No. But what happened when you want to understand how a CBS system in a bank works? In maybe considering a few account or something, you have a database. When you fill up all the details of that, you create an account for the user, and then you verify and get the account active, and then you start doing that. The same thing that we are going to do, but we are going to do it within the demo database. So this is the whole database of about say 95 pages. This is how to download and install OpenCBS, download and open and start OpenCBS. So what is the default is there? You can create a database, you cannot create a database. This is how it shows. So just basic information about that. So now SAP is done. So I hope it should work. So we'll open the OpenCBS application, and we should be able to see the demo database. Okay, I think the servers will have always the issues. I'm not sure why the servers will have issue, but I should be making it run in a compatibility mode of Windows 7. Apply. Okay, so here it comes to server name, localhost, connect to a SQL server. Uh, but we are not having get server list. OpenCBS needs to know where to find the database. Please enter server detail or use local DB and click on connect. So possibly this is basically for finding the database because we don't have. So what we will try to do is we will try to type local. Okay, 1 second. It's local host, right? It's local host, and SA and password is there. Let us type this one, but it should not be like this. I'm not sure whether it will connect or not. So a connection to the SQL server gone. Okay, so close. So go to default. In the form of computer underscore name slash SQL. Okay, SA. Quit. Did not work because I might have created some mistake. So the OpenCBS demo database is not available to me. back up. Looks like this application did not work. So I need to investigate why it did not work and what went wrong. So I shall be getting back to you all guys now. As I installed, I'm also removing the applications from control panel, and then I will close this block. Well, as a tech, sometimes it happens with us. We'll have to admit it and we have to move on, because this is what something it happens, and we are okay to take care of it and do the needful. So we will remove this one. And in the next video, we will just focus on installing Visual Studio Code and Python. Visual Studio Code will install, will set up, or will go by Python and then we'll go by other things. Then that will be easier for us. So refresh, that has gone. Now OpenCVS is also gone. This will be having an issue, I know for a fact. Okay, so it will ask for a restart because you're changing the application, and this is the problem with Windows. So I will just remove the application and then I will come back to you again. Until then, this is Siddharth signing off for now. Thank you very much.